Throughout the 7 years of the broadcast, we focused on a lot of shows about education, from truancy, bullying, teachers yelling at students, students yelling at teachers. But years ago, there was one issue that we focused in on. That issue was the big hit. Think about this. Imagine you're failing a class and you have an extra curricular activity like football or athletics, and your coach will allow you to play because of your passing grade, because you're failing grade. Not realizing that, oh, I better not be doing this again, otherwise that could happen. So, meaning, I better start passing my classes, otherwise I won't play. That effect is called no pass, no play. Back in December 2018, we focused in on no pass, no play, giving you step by step of what it means. And earlier this year, we focused in on for back to school month. Basically because I wanted to throw in some common sense for no pass, no play. Sadly, however, one state has a law about no pass, no play. Texas was the first state to enact a no pass, no play law. The law states students who can't pass the classes and participate in extracurricular activities. The law is based on recommendations from the 1984 Commission on School Reform led by Ross Perot. The law became effective in 1985. 16 states have no pass, no play policies. These policies condition students' eligibility to participate in extracurricular activities and interscholastic sports on good academic standing and or regular attendance. The rule stipulates that Texas public school students who participate in extracurricular activities must achieve a passing grade 70% or higher, 60% or higher for advanced placement or pre-AP or GT in order to qualify and continue participating in extracurricular activities such as athletics, band, or orchestra. 16 states have that no pass, no play, not just Texas. All these 16 states have the no pass, no play rule. Basically, it just means you don't pass, you don't play. I mean, take it from celebrities who have failed, who have played sports, and always have pop up in education. Hey, look, Shaq.
Not gonna pass, you're not gonna play.
And then once I started learning to become a leader, education would always pop up. What I mean by that, in the States growing up, no pass, no play. So one time in the championship game, I didn't pass, my team lost, and all my boys were mad at me. I let my boys down. We were like 15-0, we had one game left against our rivals, and we were waiting for this game, but I didn't play, they blew us out. And we had to hear that the next day in school. So I had to, concentrate on education.
Look, if you're not gonna pass, you're not gonna play.
That's what
Once I
happens.
started learning to become a leader, education.
Education always, I can't even say it with a straight face. Education always pops up. And so when you're becoming a team leader, you don't focus on your education, you focus on the team. And that's what happens when you don't pass and play. You don't pass your class. You don't pass your classes, you don't play. That's how it is. I don't even know why I'm smirking here. I don't know why, but basically, Basically, it's like this: if you don't pass, you don't play. There's one thing that common sense would teach us. Would teach us all is. I mean, throw out the big common sense alert. If you're not going to pass, you're not going to play. Education just always pops up. And coaches give you slack? No. Every teacher of extracurricular activities require athletics, band, orchestra, whatever. Extracurricular activities are privileges. And if you do something that jeopardizes your right to doing this, then that is absolutely your choice to say, well, I don't care about my education. I care about football. I care about band. It's a privilege. And if you fail your classes, you don't get to play. And it doesn't matter if you let your boys down, whatever. You let yourself down because you decided to say, well, I don't care about my education. I'm going to stick to football. Shaq focused on education, and that's how we learn. We all got to learn that. We all got to learn that we can't always get what we want. That's what we got to learn. We're going to dedicate a whole Throwback Thursday to no pass, no play. Coming up, we're going to hear more from a coach and from a podcast. Stay with us. Doesn't it strike you when you hear the words no pass, no play that it just makes you want to scream and say, I want back in? Well, if you fail in a class, you may get a second chance. We'll show you how. We'll recap our previous episode. We'll recap that episode in just a minute. But there are more people like Shaq. I mean, like Shaq here. He's trying to focus on education. The powwow admirer. I mean, this guy right here, he failed history. He failed it with the 67, and then the coach was going to let him play. Nope, can't do that. Watch.
History. I failed it with the 67. My coach at the time was going to allow me to. I don't know how he was going to swing that.
Okay, one more time.
I had failed history. I failed it with the 67. My coach at the time was going to allow me to. I don't know how he was going to swing that, but he was going to allow me to play. And my dad was like, no. He literally went up to the school and talked to the coach and made me empty my locker and take out the pads and give it back to, like my dad did that. If he doesn't pass, he's not playing. So that's how my dad. I had failed history. I failed it with this.
That's the way it was. I mean, if your coach would allow you to continue to play because you had a 67 in history, no. That's not the way it works. The way it works is like this. If you fail a class, there may be some hope for you yet. There's 6 weeks. I mean, you get the first 6 weeks. There's 6 weeks in each thing. You get the first 6 weeks, second 6 weeks, third 6 weeks, fourth 6 weeks, fifth 6 weeks, sixth 6 weeks, or 9 weeks. There's also things called progress reports and report cards. Let's take a look at what I told you about the policy 2 months ago.
You look at all your classes, and if you are failing a class or more in eligibility.
Watch.
Hey guys, Coach Gonzalez here. I'm going to talk to you about eligibility. So for the middle school, we go by UIL rules, and you have to be able to pass your classes in order to play because you're a student athlete first. So your grades are very important. So you have to be able to make a 70 or higher on your report card in order for you to be able to participate for sports, fine arts, so that's choir, band, orchestra, the academic, the decathlon stuff that we have that go on as well. And that has to be in every single one of your classes. That you have to make a 70 or higher. But you should be striving to make A's and B's, but you need at least a 70 or higher in order to be able to participate. So what that means is, if you fail for the 6 weeks, so if whenever your report card comes out and it is in your hands and it says that you look at all your classes and if you are failing a class or more with a 70 or the 69 or below, then you cannot play for 3 weeks. So that means that you can't ride the bus or anything. You can still go to games, but you can't sit on the bench or anything. You have to just sit in the bleachers and watch. But you are still expected to go to practice and be able to still participate that way, because when the report cards come out in 3 weeks later, and if you are passing all your classes, not just the class that you failed, but you have to be passing every single one of your classes with a 70 or higher, then you're able to be able to participate again. So that's why we ask that you still come to practice, because if you are passing on your report or your progress report, then you're able to start playing again. Not that day, you have to wait until Friday, so eligibility goes from Friday to Friday of those 3 weeks. But if you fail again, so let's say your progress report comes out and then you didn't pass one of your classes, I'll go over that here in a second, but this only pertains to the ones who have failed for the 6 weeks prior to that progress report coming out. If you failed on your progress report, but you didn't fail on your report card, then you're okay. And remember, progress reports only help you, they don't hurt you. So the following, let's say you failed that progress report, and you're still failing in class, and you sit out another 3 weeks. So then that means you'll be out a total of 6 weeks. And by that time, you're still asked to come to practice, but by that time your sport is probably over. And you've missed the whole season, because the seasons are shortened this year with COVID. So, a recap of everything is, you have to pass all your classes, all of them, with a 70 or higher in order to be able to still participate in sports or whatever UIL event that you are in. So, when your report card comes out and you fail one class or more, then you are ineligible and you have to sit out 3 weeks. You have to wait until your progress report comes out, and when your progress report comes out, and if you are passing a class, then you're good to go and you can play again. If you're failing a class, you have to sit out another 3 weeks and wait till your report card comes, and then you have to be passing all your classes then. And if you are, then maybe you can play, or your season may be done, or you have to wait again till another progress report comes out, and then by that time it's probably a new sport. So remember, it is only for ones who are failing for the no pass, no play for the progress report, which we'll explain to you again as the season goes along. But progress reports are only there to help you, not hurt you, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you not get the picture here? If you didn't get the picture here, basically, if you fail English, if you fail math, if you fail science, if you can't just be failing just one class. It has to be one. It has to be a lot of classes. If you fail a lot of classes, you don't get to play. You don't get to play baseball, basketball, football. Every extracurricular activity is a privilege, not your right. Oh yeah, okay, yes, we pay taxes for uniform and all that stuff, but the law still says you. But the law still says you know. As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, up here, I think you get the picture. You saw the episode, you know what I was talking about. Basically, all it said was, this is basic. If you fail your classes, you don't get to play. That's how it is. And we all got to grow up realizing that we can't always get what we want. Coming up, more viral videos about this, and especially a motivational speech from one coach, Tyler Campbell. Stay with us. Every time you hear about no pass, no play, this is what it's basically like for parents. They don't know that their kids are passing, so whenever a coach allows them to play, it's like, well, How can, it's like parents are asking, how can your coach allow you to play when you're failing English or you're failing this class? And then you try to say, and your coach is only telling you, well, say, hey, don't be telling your parents about this. And yet, you took an oath to your coach to say, don't tell your mom. You swore to your coach. You swore you not to tell. And yet, you start to sweat and all this. Your mom saying, wait for an answer. And it's like, okay. The coach was giving us slack. If he finds out, I mean, he just doesn't care. He reads the emails and he doesn't care. He lets us play even though we're failing. Really. I'm going to raise hell about this next conference. Parent calls a teacher for a conference and all. Let's go to a conference, this and this. And it's like, what's going on here? I mean, why would you even allow your athletes to play even though they're not passing their classes? I mean, I'm going to play you a clip. I'm going to try to play you a clip from King of the Hill. That way you'll know. Because not everybody knows about no pass, no play. And even though it's part of a state law, nobody gives a damn. There we go. That's it. We're not going to play you the whole episode. We're going to play you some snippets. So I think here are some snippets.
Okay.
Here's a snippet when Blake Alley turned in the test.
Okay.
And the second snippet of where
An 1/8 inch back to the
Hank
right.
found out about no pass, no play.
8.
Hey, we just lost our star fullback.
What? What happened?
Thank you. Hell happened. No pass, no play. She flunked David. Now he's out for 3 weeks academic suspension. Do you know what happens in those 3 weeks? San Marcos, Belton, McMainaberry, Hank!
Now hold on. I'm sure it was just an accident.
No, Hank. This is an accident. Now, you got 2 messes to clean up.
Now here's the third clip.
How could you flunk the Flying Hawaiian? Haven't you ever heard of no pass, no play?
Do not try to pin all of this on me. I only did the no pass. What happens after that is none of my business.
I want you to change his grade.
If I were to get failing.
Thanks, Peggy, but
Alright.
From the front, probably squeak.
Now there may be a loophole in that law. Let's take a look at that loophole. Let's take a look at that loophole from the episode.
By next week, cause Belton's still reeling from the drunk butt, and then it's McMainaberry, and there's not a single act on that mother-loving team. Digby, there's got to be something in those law books of yours. Look under loophole.
What if we got him a work study like I had at the print shop my junior year?
Yeah, David drops Mrs. Hill's class, takes a work study at Terrell's print shop.
Hey, look, I got Billy breathing down my neck as it is. I don't need another punk in there making me look bad.
I volunteer strictly propane to jump through this little loophole. Now, David can work for me till the swallows get back from Campus Remy. Hank, can you slap together a makeup midterm?
I'll do it quickly, but it won't be slapped together. And the vaporization rate of 100 pounds.
Now that was the loophole. Work study. It's a program that you can foreshadow someone and all that, but we don't know if this was used for the no pass, no play. But if it did, then it would be approved by the Board of Education.
Propane 101.
Yeah, it's a work-study thing approved by the Board of Education.
So you and your Waffle Boys did an end run around Peggy Hill.
Peggy, years from now, no one will remember what a hexagon is, but you win state and, well, that goes up on the water tower.
Uh-huh. And how is David doing?
Well, David's doing great.
So, with that in mind, I mean, nobody knows about no pass, no play. Here's a clip from 13 years ago about no pass, no play.
Hey man, what kind of college you want to go to?
I want to go to someplace where the snow is. Colorado. What about you?
I want to go to San Houston. What about you? I want to go to UC. What about you?
I don't know, probably Harvard.
What'd you get on your last science test?
68.
That's not going to get you into a good college.
I got soccer, doesn't matter.
So you're failing your classes when you still have soccer? You know the no pass, no play? You don't pass your classes, you don't play soccer.
You may be the star player on your team, but if you don't pass your classes, you will not be able to play. The no pass, no play still exists. Make sure you keep up with your grades.
That's how it is. Okay. Alright, now before the break, we talked about Tyler Campbell, who had a motivational speech about no pass, no play. Let's take a look.
If you have a quiz that's upcoming, you study the homework that you had or whatever classwork you had to understand what could possibly be on the quiz. When it comes to your playbook, for you to know the responsibilities, for you to know what to do out there on the field, you got to put some study time behind whatever coaches tell you to study, or else you can't play. If you don't understand something in the classroom, you need to be taking the time out to meet your teachers before school to get the help that you need, or better yet, raise your hand in the classroom if you don't understand something. When it comes out here to the football field, if you're not getting your keys and your assignments, you should be checking your coach, asking them, what is it that I need to do? How should my technique be here at this given time? Or you stay after practice to get extra reps to make sure you understand your job. There's a correlation there. And when it comes to tests in the classroom, you study what your homework assignments were, what the previous quizzes were, and what your class assignments are, so you can pick up on the tendencies that the teachers are giving you as to what could be on the test. Well, when it comes to Friday Night Lights, you get with your coaches and you watch film. You watch film of yourself. You watch film of the opponent, so you can know what the tendencies are, so that way when the games come around, you are not confused. You're running out there 100 miles per hour. There's studying involved. You take that same mindset that you have on the football field and you apply it to your academics, and I promise you will see an uplifted advancement in what you do. Chase excellence in the classroom. Now, I know some of y'all might be geniuses in the classroom. Well, congratulations. I'm proud of you. It comes a little bit more natural to you. And you might be saying, well, I don't need this message. But football is a team sport. So if your academics come naturally to you, then you should be taking things a step further to make sure that you help your fellow brother pass the class that he needs to pass, or better yet, get a better grade in the class that he's going through. Like if you've been through a class, you see one of your brothers struggling on this football team, you should be going out of your way to try to help your fellow brother. That's family. Don't look for somebody else to do the job. You do the job. So this message is for you when it comes to academics. There's no I in what? Say it louder. There's no I in what? Exactly.
Amen. There's no I in team, depending on what type of country, depending on where you're from. There's no I in team. So basically what he's saying is, if you don't pass your classes, you don't play. So if you have the bottom line here is this: if you have a 3-week academic suspension, you get. I mean, if you're in a 3-week, so if you're in a 3-week academic, sorry, I can't speak. If you are at a 3-week academic suspension, you get to wait 3 weeks. If it happens again, another 3 weeks. By that time, the season's over because you decided to be smart and say, well, I don't need this class. I'm going to go play football. I'm going to do whatever. Education comes first. Here's a promo from an old show, Mr. Box Office.
You, Mr. Box Office.
All right, Mr. MVP. We're gonna kick some booty, am I right? You are very right. Oh, yeah.
Going for the league championship. You must be pretty proud of yourself.
There's a recruiter at state. He's got calls for the game. I think he didn't want to tell you this, but he failed his English test. He can't. He need to get a break. He changed grade.
Mr. Box Office.
So it's like that. Change the grade. Nope, can't do that. If you do that, you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. Here's another clip from Marvin Kearns. Begin with your mind. I mean, this is just simple here. I mean, I get that y'all want to get out there and help support your team, be in the football field, the field of dreams and all. I understand. Education comes first. On a future show, we'll talk about grades and your report cards and your progress reports and how they're helping you. As a matter of fact, we're going to do that on Friday. Because you guys just don't get the message about report cards. Report cards are the final grades. Progress report is a piece of paper that really helps you out. What does that mean? It just basically lets you know how you're doing. So when you look at that progress report, you're saying, okay, well, I need to keep this. I mean, when you look at that progress report and you say, oh, I have an 80 in cooking class, I got an 85. I need to keep that up. How do you do that? You need to focus, study, no talking about your teachers, listen, do what you're told. But if you keep on doing what you're doing, your grade is going to suffer with a 70, which is a C, or if it continues on, you're going to get an F in that class, and then you're not going to get to play. So this message may not be for you, but it may be to others out there who are going to be participating in athletics in the future. You have to understand. I get what y'all going through. I mean, you don't want to go to school. You just want to. I mean, I don't go to school as long as I play. I go to school for football or whatever. It's just the way it is. I mean, coaches have to abide by the rules. If they just sit there and give every player some slack and say, well, this and this, whatever, then it's just not that simple here. It's not that simple. Just the bottom line here is no pass, no play, 3-week academic suspension. This message is for you. Just basically pass your classes so you can continue to play your favorite sport or your favorite extracurricular activities. Up next, we talked about this on the GMB YouTube channel. Again, no texting in class. Stay with us. And it was also another Throwback Thursday, so it's a different Throwback Thursday. Then from here, we'll be right back. I say it once, I say it twice, I'll say this 3 times. No texting in class. It's a distraction in the educational process. Every single video on YouTube talks about it. Like this one. Basically, it's a Throwback Thursday with some common sense about texting in class. Just take a look at this.
Watch where you're going. You're messing my text.
Alright, so what you have is a 2-dimensional form here. You're going to cut the foreground out and make that part of the background over here and turn that into the 2.5 dimensions. Hey, Mike? Shooting over here, man.
Oh, no.
Can't be texting in class, man. I need your phone.
I wasn't.
I just saw you up there. You're texting like this. What were you doing? I need your phone, man.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I have something to play.
No. You can't be texting, man. What do you gotta give me the phone. You gotta give me the phone. Shut it off and give me the phone. What? Where are you going? Hey! Hey, get back here! Nobody leaves my classroom like that. Alright, boys. Get it. Let's go! Get my phone! So, once you've merged the foreground layer with the background layer, you have achieved the... Mike, I thought I took your cell phone yesterday. Come on, man.
Teacher could never stop Mike texting, so I like to use headphones on. And Mike is allowed to text in class now. Dude, what the hell? Where's the common sense here? You don't text in freaking class. Especially you don't have cell phones in school. I mean, it's all part of no phones in class. Even when you get your phone destroyed.
In the work, deadlines are crucial. In the world of work, if you don't meet a deadline, you're going to get canned. You're going to get fired. It's that simple. All right, so if you have your assignment finished on time, you need to have assignments finished on time. I can't stress that enough.
It's just how it is. It's just how it is. And there's even, I mean, part of this is just teachers who are breaking phones. Take a look at this one.
Turn it off. Listen, guys, I've really had enough of this. We've been dealing with this since September. I can't put up with this anymore. I'm trying to, we're just trying to do a nice class here, and you're always on the phone, and it's just, I really just hate it. So, bring a phone in class, that's what you're gonna get.
For a contact bar. Not really. But if there's basically something, there's basically your teacher tells you don't bring phones in class, no phones in class, because it's a distraction to the educational process. How's it a distraction? Well, like we talked about here. Like we talked about. If you use your phone in class and you hear the ringtone or the text message you're texting in class, you're not learning anything and you're getting distracted. There's even one from 13 years ago with almost 4.5 million views. Almost 4.5.
Okay, so
Hey, Sam,
once you got the basics of your costume design down, you're gonna want to make sure that the color and animate look nice and easy. Skylar, what are you doing? What?
Dude, check this out.
Give me the phone. What phone? Scott, I'm in the middle of teaching a lesson. Just give me the phone.
I'm not doing anything.
You want to do the GRC?
I'm paying attention.
Scott, give me the phone now. Come on.
Mr.
Let's go.
Can I at least have it back after class?
I don't have time for this. You can't have. Who are you texting?
Nobody. You can see I was just turning it up.
Take your phone back, Skylar. Okay, so what?
Now, if that teacher did that to my phone, I would want to call my mom on the school phone and say, hey, you can't call me on the phone.
Deadlines are crucial.
Say, hey, you can't call me on the phone because my teacher broke my phone. When he should have took it out of my hand and left it on the desk. So, what's the common sense here? Here's the common sense. No phones in class, no texting in class. Basically for phones, unless the teacher gives you permission to get out your phone, then the teacher gives you permission. If the teacher does not give you permission, then the teacher does not give you full permission. It's basically, it's how it is. It's how it is. I mean, years ago in some schools to where they had no phone policy, if you use your phone, then you may get back after class, or you may get it back at the end of the day. Other instances, you may pay. They may send it to the office, and you may pay $15. You have to pay $15 to get it back. When I was in school, it was just that simple. You use your phone in class, it gets taken up, and then your parents have to pay you or your parents have to pay $15 to get it back. It was the kids that had to pay $15. Now it was the parents that had to pay $15. I mean, why pay to get your phone back when it's your own personal property? It's just outrageous. Alright, here. Here's one from Tweet Sucks with 84,000 views 15 years ago.
So, I don't know. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? I don't know. Hello? What? Really? I'll text everyone.
Dude, guess what?
What?
Hang on. You know you're not supposed to use that in school. How many times have I told you here? Come on, give it. Hello? Yeah. Excellent. Great. Yeah, just a minute. Hang on.
That was just outrageous. That was just freaking outrageous. You don't do that
Deadlines are crucial.
ever.
In the world of work, if you don't meet a deadline, you're going to get canned. You're going to get fired.
How's
It's that
that?
simple. All right. So if you have your assignment finished on time, deadlines are crucial.
Right. I'm talking about no texting in class. I mean, basically no cell phones in class. There was one from years ago. No texting in class is also part of no cell phones in class. There's a difference between having cell phones and all this. So, here's one video. Here's three videos that could really help you out. The first one was from making Biz Pride with 11,000 views.
I'm so sorry, Mr. I know I turned it on silent this morning.
Don't do it again. Mandy, I told you to turn your phone off.
I'm so sorry. I know I turned it on silent.
Tell it to the principal. Now go to the office.
If teachers have a rule saying no phones in class, that's what the teacher says. the school has a policy which says no BYOD, then that's their choice. Here's the second one from Lancer TV. Same thing as the previous video.
Hey, put your phone away.
Oh.
Put your phone away.
Here's a third one. 21,000 views from Raja Abu.
You're not supposed to have yourself on a class of atmosphere. You're not supposed to have yourself on a class of atmosphere. I need to take yourself on. I need. No, you don't need it. No, you don't. You need some tissue. Okay.
I have a daddy issue, guys.
Mr. Tucker, Mr. Tucker, I need to use that cell phone in class. You cannot use that cell phone in class. I need to come. Mr. Tucker, if you're not going to give me your cell phone, I'm going to have to kick you out of class.
Don't touch me.
Mr. Tucker, please leave my room. Go right to Mr. Tennyson's.
Alright, I'll go outside. It's fine.
I may have to call Mr. Tennyson on this one. Okay. Yourself on the class. I'm going to take that from you. Thank you. You do this back to me after school. Okay.
That's the proper way. Now, before we go on to the other video, here is this one, which I like, with 180,000 views from a channel named Legend.
Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to Gamma Research. My name is Charles Lukey, and I'll be the trainer here today. One thing I'd like to emphasize is some of the ground rules before we get underway here this morning. And obviously pay attention. And if you have any questions, I'd like you to offer them up as soon as you possibly can. And in kind of an effort to keep from interrupting each other or problems like that, I'd like you all to switch off your cell phones so that we don't have any interruptions and things like that. Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to Gamma Research. Lean Learning Lab today, basics of Lean. Let's talk about the rules a little bit here this morning. I guess before we do that, we got to talk about who I am. My name is Charles Lukey. I'm a senior operations consultant for Gamma Research. And let's talk a little bit about some of the things that, for example, I don't like cell phones in my classes. Could I see that, please? I'm going to show you how I treat people with cell phones. Got it? No cell phones in my class. Thank you.
Even if colleges have a rule like that, the common sense method would tell you is, hey, don't ever use phones in class. Alright, here's the final one from Josh Lundy. 25,000 views in 10 years. In 10 years. I mean, I like this one. One of my favorites.
Alright, students, how you guys doing today? If you notice, there's some phones out. A couple concerns to me is we gotta have those put away, turned off. It's supposed to be in your locker, according to the handbook, guys. Come on.
So you're telling me that my phone is a distraction, but my iPad isn't?
Yeah, exactly. That's what your iPads are intended for learning, guys. So we'd like to look at those now. Put your phones away, like I said, and let's get students started. Seconds in the bathroom. Kindergarten, that is.
but I can use my phone to email teachers, ask questions, and it's easier to carry.
Fellas, my breath, my energy, my calorie intake, it's not enough because I have to keep wasting effort and time to tell you guys to put away your phone.
So I can't use this, but I can use this.
Guys, put up your phones right now.
What?
First, to students. Tune in. Guys, I didn't make the rule, okay? I just have to enforce them.
So you can't make your own decisions.
Ms. Schulte, I know you guys can make your own decisions. That's not what I meant. Yes, you guys are 17, 18, and you do make your decisions, but this is just a policy that Mr. Doherty wants to enforce. And if Mr. Doherty wants to enforce that policy, we have a teacher here, I have to enforce that too.
What about Autumn's phone?
I need your phone.
No, don't take the phone.
So why do we have to put these away again?
Have you not been listening to anything I've been saying?
Not really, no.
Jake, I hope that teaches you a lesson. So, it's so hard putting that thing, hold your cell phone in your locker, guys. That's where it has to be. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's where it needs to go.
Wait, what?
4 years college plus. I am an adult. I am a teacher. Sorry.
Cell phones going in lockers. That's the common sense perspective here. Cell phones going in lockers. I mean, if it's an emergency here, you need to talk to your. If it's something like an emergency, you need to talk to your teacher beforehand. If you talk to your teacher beforehand, they'll know. Just like maybe like if you have an emergency here because of a medical issue, you just say. Just if you say, hey, can I call my mom here? It's an emergency. And they'll let you call. They say, no, just wait 5 minutes or so. Just wait 5 minutes or just wait after class. Just wait after class. It's that simple. Just so. The bottom line, the common sense perspective with the bottom line here is this. No texting, no calling, no cell phones in class. If schools have policies which say no cell phones in school or in class, that's their policy, especially on the bus, because it's a distraction to the driver here. The moral of this is no cell phones. No cell phones in school. Period. We'll be right back. Finally tonight, last season, we focused in on teachers who refuse to let students go to the bathroom. Think about this. You have a little, your bladder's all full. You need to go to the bathroom. You're like going, and your teacher's like going, okay, so Declaration of Independence, and you're just sitting there going, oh my God, I should have drank. And you try to rate, and like your friends are like, what's going on? I can't hold it. It's an emergency. And your friends just ask for the bathroom. Mr. Perry, can I go to the bathroom? No. It's an emergency. I don't care. I can't hold it. And you just pee in class, and then the teacher would be like, oh my God, I didn't see that come. Go. I mean, that's how it is. Teachers refuse to let students use the bathroom. When I was in elementary school, there was a rule which says you can't use the bathroom while you went to lunch. Cannot do that. I mean, you only had to use the bathroom before lunch. Why not use the bathroom during? I mean, you can use it during. I mean, we use the bathroom during class, during lunchtime, during classes.
We have 4 minutes to go to the bathroom, so I don't have enough time because we're always in a rush.
Those 4 minutes 11-year-old Eric Orozco is talking about are the 4 minutes the students get for passing time between periods. It's suggested they use the bathroom during that time too.
They said you could do it in your passing time, but your passing time's only 4 minutes, and you still have to walk to your class.
Eric sat back down in his seat Friday afternoon after he was told no. That's when the accident happened. So once again, he asked permission to leave the room to get himself cleaned up.
She didn't realize he had peed his pants and told him no again. He can't use the bathroom.
Finally, Eric made himself clear.
She kind of felt bad about me.
He was sent to the dean's office and then to the health office.
He had to walk through the center of his classroom to tell the teacher he had an accident.
Once Eric got to the nurse's office, he waited for his mom to come get him.
When she arrived at the school, she found him completely soiled, uncovered, no curtain, no privacy. Our son was completely soiled in his own pee.
Eric's parents are so disturbed by what happened to their son. They're sharing their story because they don't want it happening to other students.
I wish I was there. I would have peed my pants and joined him.
Students we spoke with today actually told us this sort of thing happens a lot, where they're told they can't go to the bathroom. CCSD confirmed Eric's incident with us. They also told us that they're working on educating their teachers about letting the students go to the bathroom anytime that they ask. Gina Lazara, 13 Action News.
Gina, thank you.
And what about if a teacher has a rule saying you can't use the bathroom?
New at 11, parents in the East Valley.
Loftus thought the latest from parents, school leaders, and a local doctor.
Take a look at this.
I was shocked. I thought, is this for real?
Denise Holland is making her message explicitly clear.
If they have to go to the bathroom, let them go to the bathroom.
No one should curb her stepson's bathroom breaks.
It's preposterous. You think it's a joke.
She says his first grade teacher sent this note home with students at C.C. Rono Elementary School last week. It asks parents to encourage bladder endurance, so kids only have to use the restroom once or twice in a school day.
For children, it's normal for them to go up to 10 to 12 times a day.
Pediatric urologist Dr. Jessica T. Casey tells me waiting too long can cause infections, bedwetting, and even long-term kidney damage. And this proves especially important for younger children as they learn to regulate their bodies.
It's really that age that they're really learning to understand how to control their bladder and how to control what they need to do. So that time it's really important that we have them pee at least every 2 to 3 hours.
And this is why Holland says it's every parent's responsibility to recognize these dangers.
We can't be there in the classroom with them. So at least when we hear of stuff like this going on, I think it's important that we go to the school right away and let them know.
As she vows to always step in and speak out for anyone who needs an advocate.
It's so important to stand up for the kids because they don't really have a voice.
Sasha Loftus, 8 News Now.
We reached out to CCSD about that letter that was sent home with those elementary school students. They gave us a letter from the school's principal. Now it reads in part, I want to reassure parents the school has never had a policy restricting bathroom breaks for students. I've talked to those involved and taken steps to make sure any future mass communication will be run through the administration. A lot of comments, though, on social media tonight. Laura says teachers at my kids' school don't let them take bathroom breaks. I tell my kids if they need to go, then walk out and go. From Tara, I tell my kids to walk out if the teacher denies them a bathroom break. I'll deal with it later. And we even had a teacher weigh in saying it's a hot topic with me as well, and in my class, the students will be able to go when they ask.
It's common sense. Crying out loud. Here's another one from Houston. A 10-year-old son was denied the bathroom because of what happened. I don't know why.
So only on to tonight at...
Take a look.
Irate, to be honest. I was irate.
A North Houston mother irate after what was probably the most embarrassing moment of her 10-year-old son's life. Shonda Moore recorded the end of the tough day on her cell phone.
My son has defecated on himself. He's sitting there crying. He upset. I don't want any other children to go through this that like my son has.
Moore says her son Kendrick returned to HISD's Roger Page Elementary School Wednesday after being out sick the day before. They say when he started feeling the urge to use the restroom, he asked his teacher if he could leave the classroom, but twice he was told no.
I thought I'd hold on a little bit, and then I felt like it pushed faster, so then I told her, and then she
told me no, so then I used the restroom on myself.
Moore says after bringing her son home to give him a bath, she eventually called HISD administrators, went back to the school, and requested a meeting with the principal and the teacher, but the teacher refused to show up. They say the whole incident has made Kendrick afraid to return to school himself.
I need my son not to be embarrassed when he walk in this school. I need him not to be frightened by his teacher that's there to educate him.
I don't want to go back to the classroom.
In a statement emailed to us, an HISD spokesperson says Roderick Page Elementary School administrators are aware of the situation and it is under review. School leadership is working with the students' parents to address the situation. In the meantime, though, Ms. Moore says she has no plans to return her son to the school until this issue is resolved. Reporting live from North Houston, Keith Garvin, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Thank you.
Wow. I would not allow that to happen. I mean, part of the Throwback Thursday, there was a YouTube short about the issue. When it was about the bathroom. Here it is.
From going to the bathroom? Teacher, can I please go to the bathroom? No. But why? Because I love watching students suffer. Why can we do that? Technically, yes. Teachers can stop you from going to the bathroom unless... Unless what? Hurry! Number one, teachers can't stop you from going to the bathroom if you have a medical condition that requires you to do so. That's right. Do you have a note from your doctor saying you can disrupt my class every 10 minutes? No. Then suffer. Number two, even if you don't have a medical condition, if you were physically injured or suffered emotional damages from the incident, you may be able to sue the teacher or school. Oh, you gonna cry? Go ahead, there'll be something shaking a week. Just you wait, I'm taking this to court. And number three, if your teacher is being unreasonable, you can still talk to your principal or parents and see if they can resolve the situation. What are you gonna do, call your mommy? Yes, and she's gonna call your boss. Oh, you know what, fine, go to the bathroom. You know what, I don't have to go anymore. Can teachers stop you?
In these cases, like we've seen, they went to the office, they went to the principal, one teacher refused, and here's common sense. Okay, here's the common sense perspective here.
If you're serious about your podcast, stop recording with Zoom and start recording with Riverside.
Here's the common sense perspective. If you need to go to the bathroom, teachers out there, here's some common sense. If your student needs to go to the bathroom, let them go to the bathroom. Don't let them hold it in. Even as a child, there could be medical conditions that you don't even know about. Be trained on how to do this. Be trained on how to let them happen. Do some research. Do some research beforehand. Watch that last episode of my show. That way you'll know. Take a look at the stories. That way you can know what's going on. Try to understand here, we care about our kids, and if you need to go to the bathroom, just go. I went to the bathroom 2 times without permission. That was in 3rd grade. And I got in trouble for it. Once in the cafeteria, once in the computer lab. I got in trouble. And I learned from it. Next time, ask to go to the bathroom. If they say no, then you wait. And another time, I didn't ask for permission. I asked if I could go to the bathroom, and she said no. So, that was that. We'll see you next time on Throwback Thursday, and we'll see you again for Giving Back Friday. For all of us here at YouTube. Good night.